And we're off. I love that sound. That means we're back. I'm back with the one and only Lori Solarillo, CEO of Junior Achievement. Good morning, Lori.
Good morning, Steve. Good morning, Shay. Good morning, everyone.
Hello.
Good to be here.
I am Steve Nudelberg, and this is the Nudelberg Daily Huddle. We continue to make adjustments, improvements, trying to make it what they call infotainment. This we want to entertain you, but give you lots of quality information. Yesterday's tolerance for ambiguity, man, I talk to people all day long because it defines a mindset. You either have it or you don't. Everybody chimed in. It was great. Today we have an unbelievable show. Not only do I get to talk negotiations with Lori, who we were just saying, every conversation you have in life is a negotiation, whether it's getting in a restaurant, going to a hospital, your significant other, your children, whatever. So we'll talk through that. We have a special segment that starts today. What's happening with Kim Sarney will be a regular Wednesday feature. South Florida Business and Wealth and On the Ball have created a partnership, which I'm super psyched about. But a couple of things we need to address before we do that. So everybody knows from last week, I got involved in a company called Pick Cherries. Super cool, getting great responses, doing all this stuff. I brought my nephew into the mix, Scott Garber. You've seen him on the show. We'll have him on again. But there was such an amazing feeling. There he is, bottom left. Amazing feeling watching him. I brought him in, I teed him up, and then boom, he delivered the goods. And he is my sister's kid. He's so full of Nudelberg. It was just fun to watch, man. It was like he was saying stuff and doing stuff in his body language. So shout out to Scott Garber. If you don't know him, grab a coffee with him. And then today is National Popeye the Sailor Man Day. It's a very significant thing for me because, Shay, you can come out of the graphic. For those of you who did not know, I wrote a book.
You wrote a book.
I wrote a book. Mark wrote a book. Lori's writing a book. In my book, there's a chapter on finding what your spinach is, what drives you. And I thank Popeye for that because when you watch Popeye in my presentation Friday in Austin, thank you to AMBA. There'll be a couple of hundred people in the audience. They bought books for everybody. But, you know, the reality is basic human nature is find out what drives you, what motivates you, what makes you tick. When Popeye had fear and doubt, he took the spinach. So in honor of him, National Spinach Day also. So pretty cool. Shay, wake this thing up. We got so much fun stuff. I don't want to waste any time. Let's roll. All right. So I think this is a newbie to the huddle. Timothy Phelps, discipline. Is that your spinach, man? Pretty cool, man. That drives a lot of the winners. Is having that discipline, controlling that mindset, that voice in your head. So great job. Good morning, John Malazzo, Rich Pusateri, Monica McNearney is here representing JA. As we do every single day, I want to start the day with daily affirmations. I'm going to have Lori read it. So this will be emblazoned in your brain all day.
I am the architect of my destiny. With unwavering determination, I take massive action toward my goals. Challenges are opportunities to grow, and today I thrive on the journey of transformation. I am the driving force in my life, and success is my constant companion.
I
Love it.
mean, yeah, I mean, you speak those words to the universe. The universe listens. It's incredible. It's just fascinating
It
to
feels
me.
empowering to read something like that.
It's like, wow, thank you. Lord here, Lord, big power, universe, sun, whatever your guiding, force is, whatever spirit it is, it's just so amazing. There's Mark. I'm the driving force, man. You take full ownership of being
There
that.
he is.
You speak it to the world. Years and years ago, I did, watched the movie The Secret. I read the book. And one of the guys, Mike Dooley, said thoughts become things. And that's really how you manifest stuff, by reading it into the universe. So really cool stuff. I don't want to waste any time. I'm super jacked about this new partnership with South Florida Business and Wealth with Kim. She is the girl about town. She is everywhere. Lori and I are simply amazed at the pace that she keeps. Plus, she goes back and forth to New York each weekend. Crazy stuff. So we've created this segment called What's Happening, created special music, and then we'll bring on Kim Sarney.
She's just a girl and she's on fire, hotter than a fantasy, lonely like a highway. She's living in a world and it's on fire, filled with catastrophe, but she knows she can fly away. Oh, she got both feet on the ground and she's burning it down. Oh, she got her head in the clouds and she's not backing down. This girl is on fire. This girl is on fire. She's walking on fire. This girl is on fire.
Woo! And with that, welcome to the show, Girl on Fire, Kim Sarney.
Good morning. Good morning, Huddlers.
Good
Hi,
morning.
guys.
Nice to have you on board with us. Why don't you do what the title says? What's happening?
I'm so excited about this partnership. I think it's been a long time in the making. We had to figure out kind of how that worked with us, but I'm so excited. And, obviously being so connected to Lori, I always consider her my soul sister, a Brooklyn girl. So I'm very excited to be here. Thank you.
Awesome. So as our undying commitment to deliver value, you're here for a reason.
Yeah.
South Florida Business Wealth is not just a magazine.
Right.
Magazine world has changed, as we both know. Give us some insight into how it's changed, the events you do, and then today's focus is going to be etiquette at events. So this should get funny.
Absolutely. We're a digital platform. So not only do we publish 10 magazines per month, but we're a digital platform, full service. But then we're an events platform too. So we really recognize the top leaders in many different industries. We do these smaller events called CEO Connects. We do a lot of private events for a lot of companies. So, we're kind of all about town. Our company tagline is connections done right. So we like bringing people together and connecting the real ones. But,
that philosophy mirrors my career. I think it mirrors Lori's as well. Lori, the reason why you are where you are is because of connections, correct?
Connections and relationships. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So tell us what's happening on the calendar and tell us what you see at all these events.
It's so funny. I think the next upcoming event is something for junior achievement, which I'm very excited for. I was lucky enough to be a co-chair last year of Uncorked, which is the largest food and beverage festival in South Florida. It's like 1,200 people, right, Lori?
Yeah, close to it. And it's indoors, so we don't have to worry about the weather.
Yeah. Oh, and it is so fun. The great thing about Uncorked is you're truly there for a good time, right? You're there to eat, drink, to dance. There's no awards. There's no talking, no speeches. You're there for your friends, your colleagues, your partners, and you're there to connect with people, and you truly do. So it's absolutely amazing. And Junior Achievement is totally decked out in the theme. Like you're in this whole nother place. So we're very excited about that. We're obviously sponsors, and I know I'll see you both there. So I'm very excited. But kind of going back to that, when we're talking about events and we're talking about people who show up, I notice it on the comments over here. Showing up when you say you're going to do something, I think is most important. That's kind of how we got into this etiquette conversation, right?
Yeah. Yeah, no, you're up. Listen, life is about how you show up, right?
Right.
You get a reputation for saying yes and not, fulfilling it. It doesn't take long for people to get, something's not right over there. I think for me, in watching you move into the market, you were everywhere. You said you would do something and you did it. I talk about the say-do ratio all the time.
Yeah.
People don't fulfill it. The easiest way to get recognized is to do what you say.
Yeah. Yeah. And I have that philosophy, and I think it's a really good philosophy. It's my mentor had said this to me a long time ago. Somebody mentions your name, they better have something good to say after it. And I've always, taken that philosophy with me. I don't mince words. So I think that's important. I also think, when you go to events, like what are you going for? Is there a purpose behind it? Or are you going just to go? Are you really supporting the organization, or are you going just to go? Right. So there's also that etiquette piece to it as well.
So
Yeah,
give me some of the bad things that you see people doing, if you can.
Oh my God. I mean, I've seen people argue in line at the bar. It's like we're all waiting. It's like,
Awesome.
I also think, being who you are is how you treat the staff, no matter if you're at an event, if you're at a wedding, if you're at the store, if you're at a restaurant, you treat the staff with respect, and we're all just here hustling and working, and they don't deserve to be treated any less.
Yeah. So
I think that's really important.
Lori, your thoughts? I mean, you go to a lot of events.
I think Kim, talked about why are you going to the event? Are you going just to hang out with your friends, right? Which is fine.
Yeah.
Or are you going to meet new people, new connections? Because if you are, right, then don't hang out just with your friends. And I saw that when I was on the other side with PNC, and we'd have all these sponsorships, and the people at our table who work for the company were sitting with each other instead of out networking.
Yeah.
And connecting. So really be clear. I love what you said. Be clear about why you're there.
It's funny.
For me, people, what you don't realize is that people are always watching.
Yeah.
You're not aware of them watching, but they're watching your every move, how you interact with people, what you do. Body language is so significant. When I would teach people how to work a room, you can walk into a room and know the 5 people you need to meet. People go, well, how do you know that? Well,
Yeah.
the people that other people are paying attention to are the ones. And if you're willing to walk up to them and say, hey, looks like everybody wants to know you. So do I.
What were you going to say, Lori?
Mark put something in the comments, and I think he really hit on something. Don't get hammered. Remember, when you're at these events, you're there to have a good time. Yes, you're there to network, have fun, party, like Kim said, it uncorked. But you know what? You're still a member of this community. And when you're out there, and I tell my team this all the time, you are representing, you may be there as yourself, okay? You're connected to it. So when you're drunk or you're sloppy or you're hammered, as Mark put it, it doesn't look good for you or the brand you're representing.
Yeah, I think the same thing goes for food. If you're there, to glom all the food, man, eat before you go. That's not the reason why, and people watch how you eat and what you eat. And, all of a sudden you get a stain on your shirt and everybody's paying attention to the stain on your shirt. I mean, these are real things that happen across the board. So in our final minute, Kim, give us what's happening coming up. What should we be paying attention to? We know we have the the JA event, which is a killer. What else is happening from South Florida Business Wealth that people can go to and learn from a real pro like you?
Yeah, well, we're also supporting Gilda's Club. Jet Cruise and Rouge is on February 2nd. Our Excellence in HR Awards, representing all of the CHROs in South Florida, is on February 22nd. And then we have many CEO Connects coming up, which you guys will actually be a part of one of them this year. So look out for those dates. But that's what I got for you right now. I'm so excited for this, guys.
Awesome. For our audience, if you have something that you want Kim to talk about, whatever it happens to be, what's happening with Kim every Wednesday, Wisdom Wednesday. Kim, thanks for sharing your wisdom with us. Have a great week. And by the way, Happy New Year.
Thank you.
Pretty cool stuff.
You're still saying Happy New Year, aren't you?
I'm still saying it. I will be meeting brand new people Thursday and Friday, tomorrow and Friday while I'm in Austin. And I promise you, I will wish all of those people Happy New Year. I think it's very relevant. I'm sticking to my guns. I don't care what other people say. But you know what? There isn't one time that I wish somebody Happy New Year where they go, what the hell is that? They all, oh, good, thank you. Oh, it's a very warm, so anyway. I want to switch gears. I promised everybody we would talk about negotiation. I'm super proud of Mark and Jake. And they're deliberately not here this morning so that I can, there's a Yiddish word called kfel. I'm kfelling. Even though it's Yiddish, I know Mike Ficara knows it. He's just Italians and Jews are the same. But I want you to watch this introduction to negotiation, which launches today on the Get on the Ball platform. If you are not involved, shame on you.
Welcome to Get on the Ball's negotiation module. I'm Mark Nudelberg, president of On the Ball.
And I'm Jake Nudelberg, director of success at On the Ball.
And we're super excited to be here to share this module with you guys. As our platform continues to evolve, we want to make sure that you have the skills necessary to be 1% better every single day. And so when we talk about the skills necessary and the things we're trying to get better at, I always think it's important to define what we're trying to accomplish in order to really understand it. And when we talk about what negotiation really means, most people think about winning and losing. Most people think about, I have to win, the other person has to lose. But negotiation is really the process of finding an outcome that has acceptable rules or acceptable outcomes for both sides. So it's important that we understand what we're trying to accomplish is not winning and losing, but the process of getting to a place where we both can accept the outcome.
That's a great definition, and also stresses the importance of negotiation in our lives. Whether you're a professional or not a professional, it's important to develop these skills in order to come to efficient outcomes, resolve conflicts, and also develop the relationships and nurture your reputation in the marketplace.
Awesome. Look at those boys.
So for me to watch that, it's just an absolute out-of-body experience because I never dreamed that we would be working together. I never dreamed that they would take a part of the business and run with it. And as you can see, it is clearly their business. We ask people to invest $1,000 a year. It's less than $100 a month to get better and be part of group calls and be part of a community. But as it speaks to negotiation, Lori, what does negotiation mean to you?
Yeah, I think, listen, we've been negotiating since we've been children, okay? I can remember baseball cards, for instance, right? I came from a baseball family. Yeah. I wanted the card you had. You wanted the card I had. So how did we negotiate, right? What was it going to take for you to get what you wanted and needed? And what was it going to take for me to get what I wanted and needed? I negotiate with my children, right? So we negotiate as children. We negotiate with our children. I still negotiate with Patrick. He's 31, right? But a different situation, right? Sometimes it's a negotiation. He's going to get what he wants, the outcome he wants, and I'm going to get the outcome that I want at the moment. So I think it's something that we do in our everyday lives, in careers, of course. it's negotiating our salaries or a promotion.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's, negotiating a price when you go now, although now buying a car, you don't negotiate very much anymore, but it used to be, right? That was the fun of it was they
Oh, I
still
still
made
think
money
there's a
if you
piece to
got
get.
a deal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think.
And so like Mark said, it's not one side wins and the other side loses. Negotiation is about a win-win.
So I'm glad you said that because negotiation skills do show up everywhere. Shows up when you want to get into a restaurant that's booked. It shows up when you want to find the right doctor and you can't get So I think Mark talks and they break this up into like a dozen modules. So I'm really proud of this module because it's life affecting. But the first thing is self-assessment. Most people have no idea what they really want. You got to figure out what you want in it. Like we're talking about it as it relates to coaching other people. Just the upfront dialogue is that you have a fee that you want to charge, but if somewhere south of that fee works for you and works for somebody else, wouldn't you rather do that? I think what happens is people's egos get in the way. And I think, that there is that mentality, I need to win or lose. And it's just not that cut and dried, so it is a skill set.
Yeah.
It is-
Mark says you can't always get to a win-win. And here's my answer to you. I agree with him. You can't always get to a win-win when one person in the negotiation, right, is only interested in winning and screwing
Yes.
over the other person. There is no win-win there. There's no, right? Divorces, right? Believe me, been there, done this. There was no negotiating. My ex-husband said, I'll leave you penniless in the streets. Guess what? There was no offer I could have put on the table that would have been a win-win for him. So, and I use it as an example. There's when people walk into a negotiation that way, and Mark's right, there is a process, but it's also a mindset.
Yeah, these guys, really knocked it out of the park because I was not part of the development. I was not part of the shooting. And so I saw it for the first time and went through the whole course. And I was like, wow, like this should be taught to high school kids.
Yeah.
This is so important. This is a life skill that nobody pays attention to. Forget about business. It's crucially important in business. If you want to get more, you don't get it the same way. Every conversation is different. Everything brings different outcomes. So we talked about, understanding what you're willing to do and conversely what you're not willing to do. I have what I call non-negotiables. It's non-negotiating. You ain't buying a Bentley for the price of a Hyundai. You're just not, and if that's your mindset, God bless you. No, it doesn't work. There is no negotiating. And so getting to that place where you're comfortable saying we are not aligned, but the relationship side is, Lori, you and I want to do this. We just need to get the economics
Find a way.
right. Then you find a way, and that is body language, that's positioning, that is understanding, that is long. So there was a term, and I don't remember if they use it in the module or not, but it's lifetime value of a client. Is that it's not always going to be like, I'm going to blast them right now and then never see them again. The lifetime value is they keep coming back. They do more. They move to a job. They refer you to somebody. So Jonathan Aaron says, don't lose it over $1,000 or a couple of $1,000. That's what people do every day. They ruin the relationship. They're hard pressed to say, this is
won. Right. I won. I got what I wanted. Right. I think there's some C words in here. I love my C words, right? Compromise.
Yeah.
Negotiation is about compromising, right? It's about collaboration. You just said we want to work together. How can we come to a place, right, that's good for everyone and gets everyone something of what they need? So I think, it is about the long-term relationship. Right. If you just want to be hard, fast, it's a no, this is what I want, or the deal's off. Right. Or I'm going to screw that client. I'm going to get as much as I can. But then where is that going to get in the long run? Right?
Yeah. I mean, I know if you keep your eye on the prize and everybody wants to get there. Whether it works out or not, the relationship is intact. But to be burning relationship capital throughout your career is crazy. So, Tracy, it is $1,000 annually. I don't know any person or any company that cannot afford less than $100 a month to upskill, to be part of a community. And you can see some of the people, Lori Kuznitsky, Jonathan Ahrens, Sherry Cedar, people who have been year in and year out, Greg Goldstein. So if you want more information, there's a bunch of modules. The negotiation one is brand new. That is uploaded today and available to all of the GOTBers. I can't imagine any reason why somebody wouldn't do it. Lori, you even, when you poked your head under the covers there, you said it's great for JA. You said it's great for JA National. It's great for everybody. This is consistent learning that you can keep going back to. So this is our big mission statement for the year, is to get people on the ball. So Lori, thanks for doing the negotiation with me. It was really fun. Any closing thoughts?
Nope. Just go out there, have a great, great day and a great week, and get 1% better.
I think Kim is still here, and seeing that she stayed, let's add her. So give us a bye. What about negotiation for you? You're negotiating all day long. You and I and Mark negotiating.
I think it's about realizing what you want and how you're going to get it and how it's going to work for all parties involved. I'm kind of that person who goes to a restaurant if I'm with a group of friends and I say I order something and somebody orders something else. I don't care. I'll pay for the bill. It'll come back to me eventually, right? I'm the same way in business. Listen, I'm happy to help you out now. It might not work for both of us, but it will come back to me eventually. So that's kind of my idea on negotiation. It'll come back. I'm good.
Love it. What a great way to end a Wednesday. As we always say, let's get down to business.
Yeah.
Please don't worry about me. I'm about to let my heart speak. My friends keep telling me to leave this. So let's get down to business.